Talking to Charles Barkley, the Hall of Famer, TNT's Inside the NBA. Let me start with last night. Kyrie Irving, he's had a quietly great year. Like, quiet off the court, played well on the court. And it's almost like this resurgence, maybe, with Kyrie that now we kind of rediscover his basketball talents there. What do you see when you see Kyrie now?
Well, I think it's great that people seeing what a great player he is instead of all the stuff that was going on when he was in Brooklyn and things like that, because he's an unbelievable player. Dan, I'm really glad I went back and looked at a bunch of tape on my 2 off days and said, because I was caught up in the excitement. I said, man, in Minnesota. But then when I went back and looked at tape for 2 days, I was like, damn, the Mavs going to win this series. And I still think they're going to win this series. They got a lot of severe matchup. If they guys, what's scary about that game last night is they didn't make any shots. I think they were 6 for like 30 from 3. They're going to get wide open threes because my biggest concern of Minnesota, they got 2 issues that I don't like. Number one, I don't think they can guard a good 3-point shooting team because they play those 2 big guys. And secondly, Karl-Anthony Towns was a very good player. I don't think he ever used his size to his advantage. I think he I think he always shoot too many threes because he's the only player in the NBA gonna have a size advantage every night. Every night he plays, is he playing that forward position, he's gonna have a size advantage every single night. But I saw him post up more against Denver and against the Suns than I've ever seen him in his career, and he was very effective. But last night, he went back to the guy that drives me crazy. He shot 9 threes. And I'm like, damn, dude, you're 7 feet tall. The guy you're playing against is 6'7". Every time you shoot a 3, he's like, thank God, I ain't got to wrestle with this guy in the post. So that's why I like the Mavs. And but I tell you what, the Celtics, man, they really miss Gazingas, whatever his name is, because they really miss him because he's the only guy who posts up, and he's the only one who shrinks the floor for Jalen and Jason because you have to guard him the whole time. So that's going to be a really good series. Rick Carlisle and the Pacers have done a hell of a job, and they gave the game away, man. I was so pissed watching that game the other night. They flat out gave that game away.
Yeah. Well, back to Dallas, I was surprised that they dominated in the paint. Dallas dominated Minnesota in the paint. They outscored them 62-38 in the paint. So you got those big guys.
But they don't play big. It doesn't matter how big you are if you don't play big. And the way they play defense, they play that drop where the guy just bags up. Yeah. You know what it's like? It's like when I'm betting on football and your team gets to lead and they play that damn prevent defense and the other team gets a backdoor cover.
Yeah.
That pisses me off every time I'm watching football. I'm like, good. We got the lead. We can't lose the game. All we got to do is stop them one more time. And they play that prevent defense. I call it prevent from winning. And when the guy drops, he's useless. He does nothing. He don't stop either play. He doesn't stop the lob, and he don't stop Luka or Kyrie from scoring. Now, the problem the Wolves got now is they're probably going to double that going forward because, in every game you make adjustments. Now, what that's going to do is open up Dallas 3-point shooting. They didn't make any in game 1, but they're going to get the same shots they got in game 2 they got in game 1.